The donation queue is still partially frozen, so excluding tier 3 subs and $50+ donations, I am not accepting new donation decks at the moment. Full details on the freeze at this URL here. My goal is to unfreeze the donation queue when I leave for Gen Con to allow people to submit decks they'd like to submit again. And then when I get back, I'll sort through all of them. This matchup's really bad for us. Believe it or not, my derpy mid-range deck is bad against Tron. Flooded Grove's a good card to have on top here, though. We have our Field of Ruin in our opener, but it's pretty slow here, right? Like, we're going to get Karn before we play our field. If it's a deck you're thinking about submitting for a donation, you can submit it using the donation form below the stream. If it's just a deck you want feedback on in general, the best place is to post it in the subscriber Discord, because then in addition to myself, there are lots of other people in there. They don't have Tron on 3. This is kind of absurd. Does anybody understand what's going on? Is my opponent's Tron deck broken? Can they file for compensation? They should file for comp probably, right? And now they're not going to have Tron till like turn whatever at the earliest. I'm going to draw step field them here. We'll field them off of that. H. Wenger with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. So we get to field them, which means there's still 2 turns off a Tron at a minimum. And I get to start plussing my Teferi, which is pretty good for us here. We're definitely not, like, in a great position, but, like, we could definitely be worse off than we are. Wow, no Tron piece this turn is absurd for us. That means this Teferi might be able to take over the game. Oh, geez, we had a Time Warp too? Okay. Time Warp not only gets us extra Teferi activations faster, but it also lets us play extra lands to get to Nissa sooner. I think I'm just going to Time Warp this turn. Huh. So this actually means that I can do... I have to shock myself now because of Magic Online sequencing. There was a Cloud Zazer with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. Welcome. So they could have Tron next turn. But I definitely think because I can flip Nissa this turn, I want to just flip her and start generating card advantage. I have a Fatal Push. Okay. So kind of getting punished for my decision here, because they could Tron us next turn. Wait, oh, they don't have... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, I also punted there. They punted, I punted, but they punted back. I could have sacked Sakura-Tribe Elder in response to flip her if they had Delirium. Even if they had Revolt, I could have sacked Elder in response. Alright, so we're hoping to dodge Tron this turn. Like, Worm Coil's not a big deal. I have plenty of answers to that. Relics, whatever. Details on the Discord are there. So we're definitely starting with Teferi. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have started with Courser, right? Because I'm going to be able to Courser plus Time Warp this turn. All right, well, that's great. So let's go ahead and Nissa plus here. Actually, I'm gonna Nissa down because I want to start attacking them, right? Are you about to win game 1 against Tron? That seems absurd. Feels like something that's not supposed to happen. So if we find another Time Warp here, or the Oath of Teferi, we probably win the game. Blessed Alliance. So I think with the Blessed Alliance here, I actually want to go ahead and play this Sakura-Tribe Elder and shuffle my deck to start. Oh my god, chat. Are we doing it? I think we're doing it, chat. Holy gosh. Holy gosh, I think we're doing it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is... is this legal to show on Twitch? Is this... Am I gonna get in trouble? Is my channel gonna get taken down for showing this? Is this... I'm just gonna enjoy myself here real quick. Yeah, just... Look at that, chat. The gang's all here. The gang's all here. Begin sculpting the minds here. Admin here, gotta ban your channel. And we actually, so... On a scale of 1 to Todd Stevens, how does this... This is like super Stevens, just... I kept up the field. Teferi's gonna untap these lands, chat. Teferi's gonna untap the lands because he's a pal. He's a buddy. Oh, yeah, just ruin him, baby. Ruin him good. Oh, yeah, I just need to take a quick picture here so it lasts longer. Things are going well. That's a Karn. That's a Karn, chat. That's a Karn. So they get to take our Teferi away. But I have 10 power in play, so we've got that going for us. So I'm going to start by Jace storming, I think, here, see what we find. I'm going to Serum Visions first, actually. Cryptic Command. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Oh, well, those cards are decent, too. Weird. Yeah, they lost the game if they didn't hit Teferi there, for sure. Yeah, it's a mana leak that's actually good against Tron, chat. It's a mana leak that's actually good against Tron because they don't have Tron yet. So I have mana leak, cryptic, some other stuff here. I'm gonna play this out and pass the turn. Are we done here yet? I hope this is as good for all of you at home as it is for me here. Who's got the big man? This is like the Avengers. One of our heroes has fallen, but the rest shall live on. What if instead we didn't do that? I do have a Lisa tray. Been using it for the last month and a half now. Alright, so Negates come in, Damping Spheres come in, Stony Silence comes in, Tracker comes in, Blessed Alliance is an easy cut, Verdicts and Terminuses are easy cuts. Wrath of God's an easy cut. Yeah, one path seems like a fine last cut. They don't have that many creatures that we actually care about. This seems fine. Seems fine. Pretty easy mulligan here, especially on the draw. Stony Silence is a pretty high variance card in this matchup in my experience. The Stony Silence is basically a card that reads either win the game or do absolutely nothing. I'm actually going to keep the Sakura-Tribe Elder on top of my deck here because I think ramping is pretty important in general, and I have double Serum Visions to try and find a land here. Found a breeding pool, which is perfect. I'm not overweight, but I'm a pretty solid 200-pound stray. And I don't know that 6 weeks is long enough to confirm how firm it stays. It's definitely still as firm as when we got it after 6 weeks, but that's not a super long time period for something like that. I think I want to just get another blue source here. Narset Cannon got voted out with people's money. I think I'm going to get that. I might get punished by getting this, but we'll see, we'll see. This Mana Leak might be live here. We get to Serum Visions, hopefully, to find another land. Or we'll just hit the blue source naturally and have Cryptic up, which would be great. These are actually both pretty good here, huh? Huh. Okay, just go top here. I think I need to play this. And if they like slam a thing, they slam a thing. Like they don't have the third Tron piece guaranteed here. And they had to search for this one, so I think I just like hope they don't have it here. And I could have played scared and held up Mana Leak there, but I think like not using my mana is pretty bad. I think if I knew they had Tron, I think I'd hold up the Mana Leak for sure, but like because they had to search the second piece and they played Tron, the same Tron piece on turn 1 and turn 2, I think it's like worth risking them not having it there. Easy mulligan on the Hearthstone hand. The hand's not great, but it's a keep. We get to go Temple Garden, Hallowed Fountain, cast all of our spells. Easy bottom there. No, they only had 2 mana up for the card, and they only had 9 mana that turn. Hopefully we draw a Stony Silence here. Would be absurd. I just spent... I used to go off and rant when people wouldn't listen and ask questions I just answer, but now we just time them out. I'm gonna get Hallowed Fountain here, Because I think getting Gideon down... Is getting Gideon down or is getting Courser down more important? I feel like I should get the mana for Gideon because Nissa can get the extra green source to play Courser. Actually just gonna slam her now since we drew Jace. We're kind of just like, again, hoping that they don't have it. Which, they're playing Tron, so you know. They didn't have it in the first game for a long time. For them to, like, not have it 2 out of 3 games is pretty unlikely. Oh, we did it, chat. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. Alright, well now we're 10 out of 10 slamming this Jace, and we're brainstorming for a Stony Silence ASAP here, or a what's it called? I'm blanking on its name. A Detention Sphere. Yep. So they have Oblivion Stone active this turn now. They might honestly just crack it immediately because we have Jace the Mind Sculptor in play. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. So I have a breeding pool on top of my deck currently, so I'm going to play this out and play this. Fun fact, this is a bug. So this is a bug that's existed since these cards were in Standard together, so it's always been like this. If you're playing this in paper, you do not get to see the top card of your deck before you decide if you want to shock for this breeding pool. So you need to decide if you're paying 2 health before you know what this card is. So Magic Online is giving me an unfair advantage by giving me this information. I think I'm going to shock here so we can hold up Mana Leak. I probably would have shocked regardless, but that's important to know, I think, if you're thinking about playing this deck in paper. Yeah, what ball's a live one? Opponent's got 9 mana here. Yeah, basically every time your opponent plays Courser on Magic Online and they play a shock land off the top of their deck, you can and should file for compensation. It makes your league free if they beat you. Fuzzy, thanks for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Huh. I did get a fresh haircut. So, do I want to draw this Jace? Or do I want to shuffle with Sakura-Tribe Elder so I can dig for a Stony or a Damping Sphere? Like, Jace gives me a lot of looks, right? That's the rules of Magic the Gathering. I don't have a good judge technical explanation for why it works that way. I just know Magic Online does it incorrectly and has always done it incorrectly. There's probably a judge out there that can explain why it's incorrect, but I don't have that capability currently. What do I think about fate sealing them? I think I need to actually win the game. I think there's a good chance my opponent has a threat, and I don't... Here's the thing about fate sealing my opponent. Fate sealing is only useful if you know what you need to cut them off of. My opponent could have anything here, and I don't know what I need to cut them off of, so like fate sealing them doesn't really accomplish anything. Yep. It's Nugan. And a minus whatever here. Yep. So I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit here. I'm gonna fire up the Celestial Colonnade and attack the Ugin, and then post-combat play a Damping Sphere. If they have Fatal Push or Dismember, this is very bad for us, but I think I need this Ugin off the table or I'm not winning, so maybe killing the Ugin plus playing Damping Sphere can put us into a potentially winning position, but we're definitely behind here. They can just like play 7th land, play card anyways. Highway food, thank you for getting dinner.
I know, it's all I'm good for.
I really need a delivery sponsor. You are not, they'd get their money's worth.
You need to have this on a napkin or something.
I mean, kinda, sure.
And I need this space for my food.
I need this space for my, why don't you bring that table over or something?
Fine.
So what do I want to do here? I think I'm supposed to cast Serum Visions looking for a Stony Silence here, because I can time warp into it next turn if we draw it. Teferi also works, right? Because I get to go ahead and go bottom, top here, and I get to field, and I get to use this time warp as a explorer, basically. It is not Portillo's. I'm eating Avantis this evening. So I get to go ahead and Teferi down tick on this, and then I can actually forcibly shuffle this away by Field of Ruining them, because searching with field is not optional. But for now, I'm going to play the Sakura-Tribe Elder. Pass. Emo Robot Gaming, thanks for the 2-month free subscription. I appreciate it. Welcome back. So we actually have a lot of choices this turn. I think we definitely start with plus Teferi. That is a great draw. So this means that I don't need to Field of Rune them, because I was gonna field them to shuffle the Oblivion Stone. Not that I can take them off of Tron. But Stony Silence means the Oblivion Stone no longer matters, which is nice. So I get to fire this up, and then I can play one more spell this turn. So this Celestial Colonnade has just been like MVP so far this match. Oh, they Sanctum of Ugin. Yeah, you're super right. I think I still Stony Silence though, because it like cuts them off of a lot of potential draws here. And I'm gonna mute myself so I can eat this sandwich really quick. Oh yeah, they got Ulamog, so we're just dead, right? Doesn't matter. All right, you know, Magic's fun. Tron is fun. Tron is the reason why I would never play this deck in an actual tournament. I think this deck's really sweet and does a lot of awesome things, but just like Tron and Red Green Valakut, they just chew up and spit out decks like this. You just will never be competitive against them. There was a Crucible of Worlds in play, chat. Field of Ruining Them didn't do anything. There was a Crucible of Worlds in play. I would assume this matchup is slightly less bad than Tron, just because our path to exiles are much better here than they are against Tron, but I don't know that for sure. I definitely haven't played it before. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. I'm aware when I'm muted. I was talking to my wife. I don't think Shardless Agent would be very good in Modern. I think it would slot into decks like Living End and wouldn't do anything very positive or constructive for the format. Modern's not really a format about generating card advantage like that card does. So normally I don't make people click through this, but for people that haven't seen Amulet Titan before, I just top 8 at a Grand Prix, so I'm going to auto pass and let them click through it while I eat my dinner here. So feel free to ask any questions about specifics while we die, but we're dead. It was as bad as it looks, Camwell. Christy's really upset that she hasn't gotten to talk yet. Go ahead, beautiful wife.
No, you're being rude.
Have some more potatoes.
You can't. You gotta stop eating. Chat, he's trying to eat my dinner again.
But your dinner is delicious, and it supplements mine really nicely.
But you ate my dinner yesterday, now you're trying to eat my dinner today.
Do you remember how many fries you had left over yesterday?
It doesn't matter, they were mine.
There's video evidence.
They were my fries.
There's video evidence.
These are also my potatoes. He's just upset that I got a better dinner than him.
All right, isn't it lucky for our opponent that we didn't have a Stoneforge Mystic to punish them there? It's pretty lucky for them that Wizards left that card banned. 'Cause if we had Stoneforge Mystic, they never would have gotten away with that.
Don't you think it would be luckier if you had your own dinner?
Look, you should not sit next to me if you don't want me to eat your dinner.
You always steal my potatoes.
But your potatoes are delicious. Did you consider having less delicious potatoes?
No. Why would I want less delicious potatoes?
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Look at, he's stealing another potato. Get away from my potatoes. At least eat the bad ones.
Would you run Stoneforge Mystic in this deck? This is exactly the type of deck that would benefit from Stoneforge Mystic. These blue-white based control decks are the decks that would really like Stoneforge Mystics to exist. Thought this league was going to be a long one, but if we just keep getting dumpstered on turn 3, it's going to be rather short.
Why did that person say if I was subbed, I would unsubscribe right now?
Who knows? In sickness and in health and potato wealth till death do you part. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Don't be on his side.
I mean, this is like as good as our hands get, right?
Well, you don't have delicious sauce to dip your potatoes in?
You mean ranch?
No, buffalo sauce.
I think trying to attack their amulets is just like too expensive. Like, trading 3 mana with an engineered explosives to kill their 1 mana amulet is generally not a winning battle. I don't think we can afford to be that tempo negative, basically. The best way to attack Amulet is like every one of these big mana decks in Modern. You need to just attack it by killing it faster. These combo decks that prey on mid-range and control, you beat them by going under them, by and large. Wow, no play. Okay. It's really interesting that they didn't hold this up, too. I think I'm just obligated to slam the Nissa here. So, like, get this going. Maybe I'm supposed to crack the Field of Ruin, so that way I can have another island to potentially cast the Jace next turn. Have a shield but no sword. Mellow. I got you. Go forth and defend the realm. I appreciate the support.
If you eat one of my wings, I'll let you have all my potatoes.
Your wings smell and taste disgusting, so I would prefer...
You never even tasted them.
I've had chicken wings before. They are vile. I don't enjoy the taste of meat. That's why I don't eat it. How much for you to eat one of her wings? They're worried about Damping Sphere, Digital Drummer. Bringing in a Braid's a pretty low cost against any deck. Like, it's going to have some targets. I feel like I'm just supposed to field them here in response. This might be loose, though. I think this keeps them off of tightening us this turn. I need, like, another Amulet and another bounce land to tighten us. I tend to feel sick for a few days after I eat meat every time I try it, so it's probably close to the 4 digits, Justin. If I'm gonna feel sick for a few days, it needs to be worth it.
What about trying the buffalo sauce on a potato?
I mean, buffalo sauce is fine, right? What is it? It's
sauce.
It's just sauce. Sauce is great.
You want to try the sauce?
I'm a fan of sauce. Sauce makes life worth living.
All right, chat. Should we make him try the sauce?
Right, that's a Damping Sphere, so I get to go ahead and put back these two for now, I think. Probably this and this. Play this wet ball out, and we're probably in an okay spot here. That's really bad. Your chicken is drenched in that?
Yeah.
That is absurdly bad.
It's delicious. Look at how much sauce is in here. It's
you get extra of that sauce? That's terrible. Oh, God. Ugh. Oh, that's really bad. Yeah, almost certainly pure Johan. Almost certainly. All right, so easy Jace Storm here. Now I was like, I definitely just want a Time Warp, but now I think I don't want to do. I think I put back Jace, Negate. I'm gonna go Tracker into play this out for a Clue and pass here.
I feel like you not liking sauce hurts our marriage.
Hurts our marriage. I need to mute so I can choose, sorry.
Sauce.
I feel like this mana leak's not going to be good enough. Maybe we can hope that their way to get a Titan involves Summoner's Pact, and then we can negate that. So hopefully this is a Summoner's Pact Titan and not just a natural Titan. I guess if they Titan this turn, I could mana leak them, but then they just get Vesuva, Boros, Garrison, and I'm dead anyways. I mean, I guess I mana leak this and I hope they mess up. AGH, I just missed it. I'm sorry. I'm eating. I'm really bad at doing things while I'm eating too, so there's a lot going on. It's definitely there in my notification, so I appreciate the support. Jace Derek, thanks for checking out. Honey, someone asked what the story is with the boot icon for 3-month subs. The boot and the shovel icons tell a story of the hard-working people of Hoaglandia that make our nation great.
I thought it was Hooglandia.
We're dead, right? Yeah, we're dead. All right. Time to get bodied by one more big mana or combo deck, and we'll call it a night. It's been a tough night for decks, chat. It's been a tough night. We've hemorrhaged a lot of tickets. God bless Justin and Anoronics and the rest of all of y'all that keep us bankrolled. I appreciate the support. Hope everyone's having a good time. Remember, I'll be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. About 11 and a half hours from now, I'll be live again. So we're going to keep playing until we lose one more. So we have between 1 and 3 additional matches here.
Nobody answered my question.
What's your question?
If Justin is the king of Hooglandia, what are you?
What am I?
Yeah.
I'm like the court jester.
Okay.
I keep Anoronics and Justin and Nivik and all the other crowns entertained.
All of the crowns.
No, definitely court jester. I know there's some you wanna call me like more power than that, but let's be honest with who I am here.
Chat, I don't know if you can tell from where you're sitting, but Jeff is screaming. I love you.
I'm not screaming.
But you're loud.
I'm loud, I'm not screaming.
You're like...
If I was screaming, I would be hoarse.
You're like I need you to be like a 4, and you're like a 23.
So I'm a classically trained actor, and I was taught to project my voice. So while I'm performing here, I have to project.
You were mean to the king. He's gonna put you in the stockades.
Jeff was mean about my deck. Justin, to set the bar low, I think your deck's the best thing we've played tonight. That's not true. It's probably worse than this, but it's the second best deck we've played tonight. Oh, I just realized we're playing against Anoronics.
He's ghosting. Is he ghosting? I don't know. Maybe he's not.
Yeah. Anoronics just said a chat. I need to mute, minimize.
Do I have a bruise on my neck?
Doesn't look like it. Why?
I accidentally throat punched myself with a laundry basket today.
You throat punched yourself? That's impressive. That's impressive. I feel like throat punching yourself takes a special skill.
I mean, the laundry basket did it, really.
Westvale Abbey Wall of Roots. Okay. Interesting. That is certainly a card. That is certainly a card. That is modern legal. Alright, so we definitely want to show them the Wrath of God here, right? Definitely want to show them the Wrath of God here, so we're gonna fetch a basic plains. No, Justin, I don't like doing challenges that make the deck we're playing like strictly, or well, that make our gameplay strictly worse. Oh gosh, that's good. So showing him that there's Terminus on top of my deck should discourage him from playing out more creatures next turn, which means we hopefully get to jam this Teferi into an empty board. Well, Wall of Roots is only bugged if you're playing it with exactly a Convoke card. So they could have Collected Company here, but if they don't, we're going to be in a pretty great spot. I mean, not really. Like, their deck is probably pretty unlikely to, like, run out of things to wild pair. I feel like just mono sweepers is what I want to be doing with my life. I wonder how many of our Moto commands are just how many of our bot commands are just like describing Moto bugs. It's a pretty significant number at this point. So with this draw,
explain quality.
With this verdict off the top, we can. Are we about to die? Are we about to die? You don't put Village Bell Ringer in your deck unless it's about to kill somebody. Are we about to get twinned, chat? I feel like there's a non-zero chance we die this turn.
Why does the bot get a horse?
Because it's been subscribed for 2 years.
Why is the bot subscribed?
You can add subscribers to your thing without having them pay, so that way the bot can like post my emotes and stuff in chat messages.
Can I have a free subscription?
Well, they know about this Terminus. Why the new headshot? Because I just hadn't taken a headshot for a while. And I shaved and got a haircut. And I felt like this is as appealing as my ugly face can look, so we should take video evidence of it. Picture evidence. So I'm gonna play Nissa, play Forest, flip Nissa, cast Supreme Verdict. So worth noting, our opponent can actually cast Collected Company here, because they have 3 Wall of Roots plus this Westvale Abbey. So before I do anything with my Planeswalkers, I want to cast the Supreme Verdict and find out if they're going to Collected Company or not. This is definitely a style of matchup where this deck has potential to shine. Like, against these creature-based decks that like play to the board, our sweepers are very, very good, obviously. Engineered Explosive seems pretty reasonable here. They have a lot of 2-drops. Blessed Alliance doesn't seem like it accomplishes a lot. Negate's not, like, good, but it counters Wild Pair and Collected Company, so it's probably worth having in my deck. Like, none of these other cards are, like, particularly exciting. Oh, Porphyry Nodes is sweet. Yeah, let's do that.
Twitter looks weird.
What's wrong with my Twitter?
Why is it green?
It's like changed my colors. I'm gonna keep this on the draw. I feel like having a Wrath in our opener gives us a big leg up. We only have 3 of those in our deck. So, I think on the draw with the Serum Visions, I can risk it for the biscuit here. What does this deck do? This deck is a control deck that's looking to leverage Planeswalkers for card advantage and eventual win conditions. No, the Jaces are still in my deck. Jace is fine. Looks like we're gonna get punished for my keep. It's unfortunate. This hand doesn't really do anything.
Do you want more potatoes, honey?
No, I'm full.
See, wasn't that kind of me? To share my potatoes with you?
I think I'm actually going to trim these Cryptic Commands and bring the trackers in. I think Cryptic's a little bit slow. The average CMC of our hand double certainly. You're not wrong, Burgle. You're not wrong. Definitely have.
I'm gonna get hurt one more time soon.
Why is that?
Because I scraped all the skin off of my arm and I got throat punched by the laundry basket.
Oh, so everything bad happens in threes?
Yeah. How do you not know that? That's like a thing.
That's a thing. This hand's very good. Anoronic says mulligan to 4.
That white card looks really out of place in that hand.
You know, sometimes Magic doesn't generate particularly interesting games.
Wait, does that mean it does sometimes generate interesting games?
Occasionally there are interesting games. Occasionally there are games worth playing.
I don't believe it.
Yep, that's the Norman doll. Is it weird to anybody else that the West Vale Abbey is not legendary? Does that seem strange? I feel like that's strange. The West Vale Abbey seems kind of specific. My loss, that's true. Womp womp. Alright, well, we're on the scoreboard after a bad beat from Anoronics there. While we're waiting for this next matchup, obviously, thank everybody for hanging out here tonight. I hope your weekend was great and having a good start to your week. My name's Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer, memer, content producer here on Twitch. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you're new to Twitch, subscriptions start at $4.99 a month, or if you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, you get Twitch Prime included with that for free, and Twitch Prime gives you a free channel subscription to a channel of your choice every single month here on Twitch. It doesn't cost you anything extra. You can also support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Cardseer.com would love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards or cash direct with other players. There's no haggling, they just take 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anoronics, Justin Nivik, and all y'all out there. If you are new and enjoying what you see, make sure you hit that follow button at the very least. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It'll let you know when I go live and with what. Seems pretty good. Get Fetch Shock, Hallowed Fountain on 1, and then Serum Visions digging for some more lands. Probably grab Temple Garden with our next lands. That way we have double white for both Gideon and Wrath of God here. Actually, I wonder... I think I'm actually going to go ahead and play Flooded Strand and just pass on turn 1 here. So there's 2 reasons to pass. One is that I don't really know which cards I'm looking for against my opponent's deck just yet. I guess there's 3 reasons, actually. The second reason is that this is going to let me fetch a Shockland tap to save myself some points of health in case they're playing an aggressive deck. And the last reason is waiting to play the Serum Visions means I can cast the Serum Visions after I use my second fetch land, which means if I bottom any cards with the Serum Visions, I'm not going to be shuffling them back into my deck immediately, which is valuable. If this hand only had 2 lands in it, I think I would fetch Shock and Serum Visions on 1, but because this hand is guaranteed to hit its first 3 land drops regardless, I think waiting to use the Serum Visions is worthwhile here. All right, so Jace the Mind Sculptor kind of changes how I want to do things here. So I'd rather guarantee have Jace on 4 rather than guaranteeing have Gideon next turn. So I'm actually going to Fetch Shock Breeding Pool here and then cast the Serum Visions, digging for a 4th land.
You have a sunburn.
I have lots of sunburn. The outdoors are terrible and scary. I'm going to go bottom here. We're missing the 3rd blue to cast the Terminus. We did hit our 4th land, which is nice, though. But I'm not really in the market for a Cryptic Commander Terminus just yet, I don't think. Because, like, if they play a threat here on 2, I'm just going to path the threat and then untap Gideon. Although, I guess if their threat is Tarmogoyf, I'm not going to do that because Gideon just hip checks the Tarmogoyf.
Should I go to bed or play video games?
If you play video games for... Even if I win this match, I'm probably going to be done in half hour, 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
Or go to bed. You know,
I can't
to your choice.
sleep.
I am talking with force.
Chat, back me up here. He's screaming, right? He's yelling.
If I screamed 40 hours a week, I wouldn't have a voice.
Okay, you're not screaming, you're yelling.
Yelling and screaming are synonyms.
They're different.
They're synonymous.
They're different.
They're synonymous.
They're different.
Synonymous means the same.
They're not the same.
They are.
Can you even spell synonym?
No, definitely can't. Google can spell synonym, though. That's true. This battle isn't worth fighting. That's true. Abort, back out. Avoid the mission. Cinnamon.
I think they're confused.
I appreciate all the people typing cinnamon in chat right now. Y'all are the real MVPs.
I'm surprised you can even.
I get owned every day. That's why I have a wedding ring. It means she owns me.
Yeah, see? Different. What makes you think that what you read on the internet is going to be true?
What did you say it wasn't? Here's yelling. Here's yell on the
You can't believe everything
thesaurus.com.
you read on the internet.
It's the thesaurus.com.
Let me go to a web page and you can believe it. Let me pick a web page to read.
Pick a web page. I didn't pick any web page. I picked a specific one. Alright, so how best do we sculpt their minds, chat? I think it's just send this back from where it came and, like, cross our fingers that Bloodbraid Elf doesn't happen. You can't trust a dinosaur. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Bant friends. You're not very good, are you?
Chat, we were cleaning out the garage today and I made Jeffrey go through a box of magic cards because they needed to go in the garbage, but he kept some of them. But there was this one in there. This is a token that I made a really long time ago. I made this token.
You've now turned my stream into the Magic subreddit, where the significant others of Magic players post their tokens and altars.
I made this like 10 years ago. That has a really funny card sleeve on the back.
What am I cutting? I need one more cut here. Is it a Cryptic Command? Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Oath of Teferi. It's pretty good. How did Grixis as foretold do? Grixis as foretold, got voted out with Dollary dues, so we'll play Grixis as foretold tomorrow.
Oh, you did have the other one. That was the Death Touch one. That's why he looked angry. This is the other one. He's cute.
Those tokens are like 5 years old.
What deck were they for? Or what card were they for?
I think they were for Garruk Relentless. One was Death Touch, right? Definitely
Yeah.
Garruk Relentless.
And then I made really, really cool squirrel ones, but somebody lost them.
Yes, Narset Cannon and Grixis as foretold will both be happening as part of Meme Mondays tomorrow. I'd like to point out that if you go 2-3 with this deck, it's the same as my deck, and since you've taken multiple donations for Bant friends, that means I can resub mine. Nope, that's not what that means. If we go 1-3, it means it's worse than your deck, Justin. We have potential to go worse than 2 and 3 at the moment. Sometimes magic happens. I mean, this hand can't get Inquisitioned. You know, glass half full. Inquisition me, baby. Inquisition me, baby. Cometh at me. Rats. We're so unlucky, chat. I write lines of code in my spare time like I always have.
Didn't. It was just
Dark Confidant here is going to bury us because we don't have a way to interact with that.
You should find a way.
Would you play mono blue Tron or red green Tron with Blood Suns? Red green Tron's almost certainly fine. I think mono blue Tron is pretty terrible. This is still Bant Super Friends. There's always been 2 Time Warps in it. Alright, well that's the better 2-drop for us, because it's not going to sit there and draw cards. What am I accomplishing? That's a good question. The operating system I am playing Magic the Gathering for you on the internet from right now has code that I have written in it. Does that count for something? It lets me use my computer in the way I enjoy using my computer, with a workflow that I like. Tilt. So long, Time Warp, my old friend. Someday we'll be with you again. Blood Sun and Tron is fine. I don't know that it's particularly impressive, but like fine is the word I'd use. Like it's hard for a card that replaces itself with a cantrip to like be truly terrible. I tested Blood Sun a little bit in Tron immediately after that card was printed, and it felt okay. There's nothing to write home about, but like it won you some games that you wouldn't be winning otherwise. You have any plans? I'm playing the SCG Tour again. Yeah, I'm going to be playing the SCG Open in Indianapolis at the end of the month, as well as the Team Open in Vegas in November. But no, I don't ever have any plans to go back to like playing SCG events full time. I enjoy playing Magic and also paying my bills from playing Magic, as opposed to just like breaking even playing paper events. That is the Mack Weldon polo in the headshot. It's my favorite polo. Why won't you notice me? I'm only an over-attached viewer with abandonment issues. Thanks for the bits, Average Bloom. What deck am I going to be playing at the Open? I don't know yet. My 2 picks, I think, are Blue-Red Fairies and Jeskai Ascendancy combo. Jeskai Ascendancy combo is like my safety pick / fallback, because I know that deck is sweet and I enjoy playing it. But I think if I can find a build of Delver Fairies that feels competitive, I'm going to play that, because I really like that deck a lot.
Bye, chat. I know you'll miss me. I'm sorry you have to put up with this one without me.
I'd tell you that they love me, but that's probably a lie.
It's
I'm just the only modern meme that exists on the internet, so...
They like when I'm here.
I win by default.
They like when I'm here. Just a night. Not a good one. Just a night.
Have a night.
Rude.
Maybe I throw even more money at you so I can get the satisfaction I desire. Thank you for the bits, Average Bloom. Is my Baloth getting double bolted here? Is this real life?
Yeah, see, they prefer me.
I mean, to be fair, like, preferring you more than me, like, that's a low bar. I'm not a lot to prefer.
I'm gonna go play video games.
Alright, have fun.
I will. It's video games. How could I not have fun?
I think I'm gonna Time Warp here because we really just want a sweeper, right? If we hit a sweeper, we're in a pretty good spot. This also gives us an extra chance to draw something like Path to Exile. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure I want to play Teferi and draw a card here. And again, if we're really fortunate, we're going to pick up a Path to Exile here. I missed... What is that username? I miss my old name. This is for an approach deck. Also, would you be mad if I got someone to hack in and change my sub date so it says I've been subbing for 5 years, then I can get a special emote? So, I'm going to go ahead and untap my lands here at the end of turn with Teferi, and then I'm going to path this Dark Confidant before my opponent untaps with it, so this way they don't get to draw a card. What is blue-red? Why blue-red Fae? And what lists am I currently playing? You should check my Twitter and my YouTube channel. We've streamed 2 leagues with the blue-red fairies deck in recent memory. They're both on YouTube, like all of my content. And I posted an updated list on Twitter last night or this morning. I think it was technically both. It was at like 1 a.m. Von Snickety with that brand new Twitch Prime. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. I actually think the blue-red Delver Fairies deck is, like, pretty okay positioned. I think it's good against Valakut and Tron and KCI and Storm. I think the decks it comes up really short against are decks that aren't particularly popular, like Voice of Resurgence decks. Like, Voice of Resurgence is a pretty terrible card in Modern right now. I guess I'm just gonna Teferi downtick here, huh? It's gonna suck when they, like, Bloodbraid or have a burn spell, but I can't plus Teferi and have it survive a hit from the Goyf, so I think I just need to, like, hide this. I got some bad news for you, Elspeth. Green-White Hate Bears was never a reasonable deck. It's okay. Most of the decks that Modern people play aren't particularly reasonable. If they don't have a way to kill this turn, we could end up in an okay spot. Like, especially if I get to, like, deploy Courser and have card advantage from this going with Courser. I would love to reveal this Terminus. This card is so good. This card is so good. And then I get to go ahead and Courser, and then Teferi to potentially generate more card advantage. Gosh, card advantage is great. By the way, put all the democracy in either Bant Stoneblade, I sub 4 unless you hate the deck. Then just put it to my landfall donation. Sounds good, Average Bloom. Bant Stoneblade's probably fine. Thank you for the support as always. Would love to draw a Detention Sphere. We are 1-2 in this league, and we are down a game in this match, but this one's looking pretty well for us. The easiest way to answer that question for yourself, Pow Attack, is to pull up my YouTube video, and even if you don't have time to watch the entire thing, I always try and do summaries at the end of my videos, so you can skip to the end, the last 5 minutes or so, and get my summary from when the deck is fresh in my mind and what I think and otherwise on it. So I always try and include a wrap-up segment at the end, so I know life is busy and people can't always watch everything that I make, because let's be honest, I make a buck ton of content, but the wrap-up segments are quick and easy to digest. Usually they're like sub 3 minutes. Yeah, so if you ever want my thoughts on something, and like sometimes I forget to do that, but almost all the time I have a wrap-up segment, so. Alright. We have no cards. We have an active Teferi. Bloodbraid Elf is no longer good enough since I have this Path to Exile. Should I Field of Rune to shuffle the Goyf? No, I've got plenty of answers to Goyf here. Like, them drawing Tarmogoyf is fine. Just gonna, like, Wrath it off the board. Teferi is arguably the best design control planeswalker. Yeah, I think so. I think this card's really good. So let's play this Courser out, check for a land. If there's not a land, we draw with Teferi and then get another shot at a land. Ooh, the Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Do-do-do-do-do. This game's pretty over, opponent. Are we done here yet? Are we done here? Feeling pretty done here. Feeling pretty done here. Gotcha. And I'm pretty happy with how I sideboarded, so I'm just going to go ahead and run it back. Can you look at the new Tezzeret and tell me your thoughts? Justin, you should take a look at my article on Gathering Magic. I actually talked about that card. I think that card's kind of sweet and could see play in Modern. That could be a sweet build around in Modern, I think. I think that Tezzeret has potential to be good in Modern for similar reasons why Nahiri is good, is okay in Modern. We're 1-2 in this league. We're going to game 3 against Jund right now. Porphyry Nodes is for decks that have lots of creatures in them. Just like destroys one of their creatures every turn. That sounds great, Phoenix. Yeah, humans, elves, affinity. This hand, like, has good cards in it, but, like, the mana's really terrible. But I'm a pretty staunch believer in just, like, never mulligan against the Thoughtseize decks. I'm gonna keep this. I think Tron's the best of those 3 decks, Samurai. I think humans is a good choice, too, but I wouldn't recommend playing Bogles unless you, like, really love Bogles. I'm usually a stomach or side sleeper. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. You had enough? Can you taste my fury? Taste it, Mr. Krabs. Thank you for the bits. Steve-O's a good draw here. Means we're going to be able to fetch our white. Again, looking to dodge Dark Confidant here. I petitioned several times for there to be YouTube videos of your articles being read and discussed because I don't want to read them. Look, reading is fundamental, Justin. Sweet. Tarmogoyf is one we don't care about. I'll read it out loud for $20. No, I don't think so, Meow. But that's fine. You should definitely use whatever's the bigger discount for you. I definitely would recommend them if someone's in the market for a mattress, even if they're not using my discount code. My discount code is supposed to be better than any flash sales that they run, but I definitely understand them giving a bigger dip to military. Rampant Growth gained 2 health. Sign me up, please. Rats! I got so excited. They were casting a 3-mana spell. I thought we were going to get to Lily out of them. Oh, jeez. That was the only other Terminus in our deck, chat. There are only 2 copies of Terminus in this deck. This is for you to read the article out loud, Jeff, so I can ask questions. Oh, Justin with the forever salty bits. Bloodbraid Elf would be a little annoying here, but if we rip a white source, we could just, like, verdict it away and whatever it cascades into. Everybody says. Alright, give Papa a white source. Give Papa an untapped white source. Untapped white source. It's really unfortunate, because I have to path this Dark Confidant. So they don't start drawing cards. We are a little bit behind here, chat. Missing on our land for one turn. I think we could have played through, but I think missing for the second time is going to be too much. I guess it depends on their leftovers here too, but if their leftovers are like at all reasonable, we're going to be pretty far behind here. Like our best way to get back into this game is like them playing a Liliana and plussing it so we can like windmill this Baloth. Thank you for the bits, Average Bloom. Victory is mine. Well, I mean, glass half full. All of our lands are non-basics. Or basics. I think we're dead, chat. It's been a tough run. This deck was sweet, and we had a couple of good runs with it, but I think this deck is just like the epitome of like just like too slow, too clunky, not quite interactive enough by and large for Modern in general. While it's really awesome when it goes off and you get all the moving parts going at the same time, I think it's just like between your mana stumbling and random blood moons and people like randomly comboing through you and Tron and Valakut, just like I think there's just too many knocks against a deck like this. I'm going to trade with the Treetop Village here, because this way if we rip a basic plains or a fetch land for basic plains, we can cast the Supreme Verdict. Are better because of all the hand disruption? Probably Twerk. I'm probably a bit better than this. I don't know how much better, but definitely a bit. Like, the fact that their curve is so much lower is a big deal for sure. Like Modern is by and large a format that's about tempo and mana efficiency. So like having a lower curve on your disruption allows you to be more mana efficient and generate more tempo. Yeah, we've played the Green-White Scales deck. You can find that on my YouTube channel. So we have 23 lands, and we have 4 copies of Serum Visions, and we have 4 copies of Sakura-Tribe Elder. So like, I think we have enough lands. Yeah, this is going to be my last league for the night. We've been going for like 4 hours. I'll be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So, we'll be playing more Modern tomorrow for sure. Okay. How much for one more league? Oh, Anner. What's your extra league kicker? You gonna read your article? I am not gonna read my article, do you, Justin? The Tezzeret's good. I think I would be willing to build decks around Tezzeret because I think it's sweet. Yeah, I don't really know. I guess the way you would want to approach making this better if you want it to be more trim is that you need to turn these into more efficient disruption. But there just like isn't good efficient disruption in these colors for like 1 and 2 mana, which is why like someone else was talking about the black-white Chads, the black-white Super Friends deck. Like this deck just gets to be more efficient because it gets to play 1 mana discard spells and Collective Brutality. Collective Brutality is very, very good at smoothing out the clunkiness that these decks can have from having too much top end, because it allows you to turn expensive cards into tempo. To answer your question, Anoronix, I would put myself through another league for your normal 250 kicker, but I don't expect that. I'll be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, guaranteed, for 8 hours. But who am I to turn down money? I think Isolate's just too narrow.